It's the one where we actually robbed our customer of over $4,000 for a repair that never actually happened. You see, the situation was we had a master technician who had an apprentice. How this worked was the apprentice would turn hours for the master technician. So basically, if I was his apprentice, every time I turned hours, I'm paid on an hourly basis, he got my flat rate. Well, that technician started to get a hoity-toity attitude. I'm not kidding you. He was working on his own Jeep in his bay, painting the axles. He actually was cooking chili in his bay with no car in his bay, and management was just letting it happen while this apprentice, who should be on flat rate himself by now, was turning hours for the master tech. Well, come to find out, the master tech came up to me and said, hey, this job is done. You can go ahead and book it out, charge the customer $4,000. I'm like, all right, great. This is around noontime, so I do all that. I walk back there. I see the vehicle. The headlights are dangling out of the front. Nothing's done in the vehicle. It's all torn apart. So I go back in and ask his apprentice, and the apprentice says, oh yeah, he told me to do that today, but I ran out of time, so I'm going to do that tomorrow. And I said, well, it's supposed to go today. We already charged the customer over the phone. This vehicle is going to be picked up today. What do we do here? He's like, well, I didn't realize he said it was supposed to go today. Basically what happened was the master tech decided to tell the apprentice, finish this before the end of the day. I'm going home because it's Friday. And then because he wanted to keep a good thing going, he came up to me, the advisor, and said, hey, this is all done, acting like he's the one that actually fixed it when it wasn't fixed at all. So he gave it to his apprentice and went home early on a Friday. The apprentice technician actually didn't realize this because the master technician was actually scamming the shop on his apprenticeship program and abusing the program to make money while he wasn't in the shop. And management knew this, but was allowing it anyways. So I approached the manager and I said, here's what we got. We charged the customer $4,000, that's already done. He's on his way to pick up this truck. This truck is not ready. Do we have a loaner? What can we do? And what this manager said next was the exact reason why I put my 2-week notice in and went to work at a different dealership. He said, have the apprentice tech put the old parts back in it because not all of the parts had arrived yet. He said, don't tell a word to the customer and just ship it. I couldn't do that. On my own conscience, I couldn't do that. I immediately contacted my customer. I spilled all the beans. I said, listen, your truck's not done. We should not have charged you. It was falsely reported to me. We don't even have the parts here. The manager wants to put the old parts back in. I'm not letting them do that, so you cannot pick up your vehicle today. I'll do what I can to refund your money, but we got to make this right and actually fix it correctly. And after that, I started searching for a new job. I found one, and I left that dealership, and that was enough for me. That was the craziest environment, and I've worked in a lot of crazy environments. That was the craziest environment I ever worked in my dealership career.